Hi, I'm Elaine Brewster. I have a view of death, that life goes on in a place we can't see. I hope this will be comforting to you. I spent about 15 years researching and writing the book, Scott's Choice, about my husband's cancer journey. In it, I tell about 18-year-old Danielle, who was in a coma after a car accident. People were, of course, praying for her, but then she came to each of these people individually and said, "Oh, pray for me to die instead. I have found that I have much more work to do over here than I do on earth. Besides, I hate to be in pain." Danielle, who later appeared to her sisters, was telling something of the life after this, that the soul lives on, that it's a good place to be, although we don't want to be there too soon, and that there is activity there. I became in life after death interested when my mother died 30 years ago. I read a lot of near-death experiences, or NDEs, from the original writers, Raymond Moody, George Ritchie, and others. And like one person inscribed on their tombstone, "Now I know something you don't." Among other things, they had 30-foot ferns, singing grass, clear musical water that had intelligence and purpose, and a rose encapsulated in crystal that was still growing. I'd like to share a few personal experiences with you. Number one, I was at a special function at our nearby university when my sister's spirit appeared to me in the air by my side. At first, I thought it was just me talking to myself in my mind, but then I realized that I was getting actual answers to my thoughts, and they were coming from an outside entity. And then I realized it was my sister. And in my longing, did I think it would make her come back? I said, "But I miss you." And she answered, "But I'm happy." Well, that cut my tears right there. How can you be sad when someone else is happy? Number two, I'm a singer, and I was singing at a neighbor's mother's funeral. The mother had lost the use of her feet and was in a wheelchair, and she also lost the use of her fingers. The leader of her congregation, called a bishop, told how soon after she died, she had appeared in the air in front of him. Wiggling her toes, she all but giggled. "See, they work." And then she wiggled her fingers and said, "They work too." And then triumphantly, she flew away. Number three, in addition to singing, I play the hammer dulcimer, which is a trapezoidal-shaped wooden instrument played with long wooden hammers. My family was entertaining for first night, a big celebration in Salt Lake City that happens on the 31st of every December. But we were doing it after my husband died. So in addition to practicing, I was doing all the organizing, the introducing, the rehearsing, on and on and on. And I had not practiced as much as I needed to. Well, there's one hammer dulcimer piece that if I start it too fast, I am dead meat. Just as I was starting that song on the stage, I felt a hand placed over mine. It shifted my hand to a more forward straight position, and it helped me to go at a tempo where I wasn't like the horse running away with the carriage. I was too busy right then performing in front of people to think about it, but later I thought, and I realized I knew the pressure of that hand. I knew the size of that hand. I knew that hand because it was my husband's. He was an expert hammer dulcimer player, and he had come to help me out when I needed help. Lastly, coming back to the book, Scott's Choice, an energy worker saw my husband's spirit standing up straight and tall next to his body that was dying and prone. She said, "He looked peaceful, radiant, and glowing." He looked at her and smiled. "I'm going to go." In his case, he made the decision to move on to the next life, moving forward confidently and positively. Heber J. Grant said, "The sorrow of death should be more or less of the same nature that we feel when we temporarily part with a dear one going on a mission. In my terms, you miss them like someone going on a trip, but they're still there. They're just not with you." It's like the poem said that's attributed to Henry Van Dyke. I am standing upon the seashore. A ship at my side spreads her white sails to the morning breeze and starts for the blue ocean. She is an object of beauty and strength. I stand and watch her until at length she hangs like a speck of white cloud just where the sky and sea mingle with each other. Then someone at my side says, "There, she is gone." Gone where? Gone from my sight, that is all. She is just as large and mast and hull and spar as she was when she left my side. Her diminished size is in me, not in her. And just at the moment when someone at my side says, "There, she is gone," there are others watching her coming, other voices ready to take up the glad shout, "Here she comes." And that is dying. Thank you.